Alright guys, I decided to do a second video today. It's only 1:30 in Atlanta, Georgia. Again, who is a member of my community, welcome back. Who is not, please do subscribe. Actually, I would have started earlier, but there's a problem. Tried to enter stuff into description, and when I enter the stuff in the description, it doesn't let me go back to the front page just before that. So I will do description after I finish with this video. I will just enter description. So what I'm talking about here, what to do. You have relatives, you have children. So here's the deal. The um, the From my own experience, and I left Ukraine almost 50 years ago, 49 years ago. When I look back on my own experience, what would you miss? I'm not talking about the country. I'm talking about items. I ended up losing everything, whatever my father had, whatever my grandfather had, whatever even my grandmother had. She lived in the United States. Uh, Simple as that. There is some stuff that is usually being passed down to the family, father to son, son to his son, and so on, so on. It's really important. And believe me, when you're getting older, you will cherish them more. Okay, there's some such things sometimes that you cannot just simply say, oh, fuck it. So I mean, though, you will say, no, I wish I had this thing, like, or some pictures, some stuff. So what I would suggest you should do in this case, when you're approaching specific age and everything can happen, and if you're getting very ugly way of being gang stalked, you need something to be preserved. And I would suggest you very simple. Just as I already did one of the um, uh, videos. Get yourself a bank vault, not vault, but small deposit or big deposit. It's up to you, whatever, how much stuff you have there. You can do the what I was missing the most, so you can save some stuff like this. It's the pictures, some of the documents, for instance, your relatives have, like ID of your grandmother, like not driver's license, but some kind of ID, like in the States here in Utah or Georgia, and stuff like this. You keep it as a memory, okay? Then you have pictures as a part are paper pictures printed, and part are transferred to like storage devices, and the this type of stuff. And then you have some of the jewelry, for instance, your grandmother's wedding ring or your mother's wedding ring, and so on, so on. You can put it there and keep it. But do very good inventory. You take pictures of all of them, whatever you have there. And then doesn't matter whatever relationships you have between you and your siblings, send a copy of the pictures to them, that they will know what's in the vault. This way, you see, I'm former general cashier for a big hotel. I worked 30 years ago, and I know sometimes there is a way to access some of the vaults, and it's in case of emergency or in case of police procedure, and so on, so on. There's always a way to get into this. So you make sure that you have your pictures taken of whatever you have, like do the inventory, and then send it to your relatives or to your children. or to whoever you trust. So the reason is really simple. Do you remember the movie Christmas Carol? Like in the end, she was like visited for the last ghost visited him. Remember, he was dying. He saw himself dying, and what happened is the neighbors came and cleaned up everything he had of value. You shouldn't allow that to never happen because this is birthright of your children to have your stuff. Doesn't matter what relationships you had. Like I have not always brilliant relationships, but my point is this is their birthright. Okay, this is you thinking your birthright. That's why some people try to bankrupt you in order they can go through your valuables, so they can steal whatever is important for them, because some of the personal items are nothing else but confirmation of identity. Okay. Choose older banks that are being there for years, and do not choose banks in new neighborhoods because they can be moved. So my point is again really simple. The From my own experience, and I said I'll be 62 this year, end of this year. Over time, I've been outside of Ukraine where I was born, and I got separated from bigger parts of my family. Most of them died without me. And this is what you'll be missing. You will be missing pictures. You will be missing um some of the personal items. And this is it pretty much. You'll be missing memories. But very memories are hard to preserve. I'm talking about physical memories. But there is a way to do that. You see, I had a situation, not me, but one of my family ended up in the hospital, and some of the piece of jewelry is was missing after the emergency room. It means somebody in an emergency room took. Usually, they do when they do a scan of the body, they will remove the stuff from you, like personal items. But not all of them are going to be returned to you. And they say, "Oh, well, I have no idea," because when you go into emergency room, some places you don't get your stuff audited. Like you have one ring here, you have this. So when you are gang stalked and you approach time, when you will have conflict, which possibly can end up with you either imprisonment, your demise in a way. The You have to make sure that some of those items are transferred to your kin, and this is what you do. You never wear anything that you will be sorry to lose if you go into a hospital or you go to somewhere who knows where, and you have temporarily stripped of your possessions. You don't um, carry stuff with you like this. I apologize. I need to have some water because I have as I said, I just had lunch and my stomach is going crazy because of poisoning I had 2 years ago, as I said, and I will have to address my poisoning and not just poisoning, but sickness of my mother at the same time. Anyway, so this is it pretty much. Make sure that you have your children or your relatives have your stuff, not somebody else, not some gang stalkers joking about your things, and make sure that whatever is of value goes to your children, not to somebody who, just scavenger of your items. There was a, sometimes when I think about it, I remember here. I live in Atlanta. For how long, as I said, I have no idea yet. But the during the Civil War, here in Atlanta, the American Civil War, they had this not regiments, but they had this groups of soldiers that they would go and bury fallen soldiers. And what happened is they would strip them of the entire valuable amount they have. I'm sorry, they have a like bell buckles from silver, or rings, wedding rings, like golden chains and religious items, and they will finance their organizations. By the way, a lot of organizations like Masonic lodges started from stuff that was, I call it repossessed, even though it sounds really nice for this reason, practically from grave robberies. And the look at yourself as somebody like some like a soldier, that fallen soldier in a way. If you're a gang stalked, gang stalkers will come and remove all of your valuables. For them, it doesn't mean anything, but for you, it meant a lot of stuff. And one day, if you are able to pass this thing to your relatives or your children, it will be happy, good stuff for them. They'll be happy to have it. So this is what it is, and I hope we're on the same understanding. And as I said, the I just simply thinks about stuff. I just kind of have a situation that I think some kind of a clouds are looming over me, and I have to do things. The and it's just sometimes even when I am sleeping, I have some kind of a shitty dreams. Anyway, guys, see you. And as I said, whoever is a member of my community, uh, thank you for watching. And whoever is not, just subscribe. And check on me a few times a week. Just like I will post in community notes. Sometimes I will post just click or if you read it or not. Anyway, thank you. Have a good day. It's like quarter to two. All right. Have a good day, guys, and thank you whoever is watching. I'm gonna press that it start loading. In a few minutes, it's gonna start loading, and the moment it start loaded, as I said, please write some kind of a comment. And if this video takes forever, like sometimes they do, write in the comments of a previous video today, because it goes really fast. It loaded today. First video loaded really fast, so I can read, and maybe if I see that I can talk about this video, maybe I even can do another video tonight. As I said, today is Tuesday. I'm off all day, and I kind of don't feel to do anything except maybe doing videos. So I have to do video pre-record and then to be worked in a iMovie. I started a project regarding my mother's death. I call Justice for Violet, and I will explain. My mother, in my opinion, my mother ended up a victim of impulse weapons, and because she was a witness of what my father did a very long time ago when he developed the technology, and what she witnessed in Africa while working there. It's regarding nuclear proliferation, not just there's a nuclear non-proliferation when countries try not to spread technology, but actually in impulse technology and new generation weapon technology, it was spread from specific places on Earth. And a lot of governments, and not just governments, and private organizations who own they said they own the patent, but they used patents that they were stolen and developed from the time of Soviet Union. Um, they would rather keep it under wraps, and I think she became simply a victim of this. Somebody killed my mother, and um, you see, mother is very special thing, and you kind of don't let people get away with this. And so, as whatever I have in my power, I'm not going to let anybody away from with stuff like uh, touching my mother in general. So. I had recently really, really ugly racial provocation at my work with exactly the person start talking filth about my mother and me. And there was just simply to provoke me on reaction and get me fired. That I cannot um, proceed further because I need finances to do some stuff, but as I said, I need a combination, like a balance between work and my health, because sometimes when I work I cannot feel my feet, and because of the neuropathy, and it is said it's developing, maybe or maybe not, I have no idea. For worse, actually, sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's better, and it's been for 2 years after poisoning, and it done damage to my nerve. So that's what it is, guys. You have a good day, and I hope you don't understand it as complaining. I'm not. There's expression here in the South from a song of Leonard Skinner. It's called "I Don't Sing the Blues." You won't see me crying because I don't sing the blues, and it's exactly what it is. Look at my um, videos as my personal experience. I don't have anything to gain, even though I wouldn't make making money, but I don't have, it's not the primary thing. All of the targeted individuals who went through a specific type of targeting, and like I did for years, actually, my targeting is for decades. Um, you need experience, and but you don't have unless you go through this. So, and people like me are actually talking. This is what I'm talking for. I'm talking to people who are really gang stalked, not just people who just want to look like ones. But as I said, my father's technology that was stolen worth so much money, so the gang stalkers have enough money from this. They would hire 100% of my time as somebody that will just play around me and do something like a street theater or something like this. My point is very simple. It's worth to be for them to gang stalk me because there's a lot of money involved. And the way I understand now, if the more you get the more you get into the gang stalking, why gang stalk, the more you get more information to um, uh, about your gang stalking, they became more aggressive. Not just more aggressive. You think that people who are gang stalkers, when you tell them that you know what's going on, they will kind of back down. No, just the opposite. The best defense is it's attack. They'll attack you. Second part is not just attack you, as I said, it's removing you from your safe place, like your house, your apartment. This way, you become vulnerable on the street, and when they're hitting your money, you will not be able to go in a hotel. So my point is really simple. There is a whole massive procedure of gang stalking and keeping this type of gang stalking current to the targeted individual. That this targeted individual will have no word to say. Okay, so this is what it is. So I'm saying um, I'm not that I'm self-promoting. There's no for me to self-promote. As I said, I have no big interest except be satisfied that you guys know what I'm talking about. And in my videos, it's not bullshit. It's, as I said, something that I went through personally. I will have several provocateurs online that I have that will try to kind of minimize whatever you have to say. But don't worry about them. You have a good evening, good day. So it's almost 2 o'clock. All right.